All right, this is an impromptu video. This is a review of Captain Marvel. I just saw it. Like normal, I tend to wait at least a week. I waited longer this time. I was busy. Real life and whatnot get in the way. So, spoiler alert. I'm about to tell you something about the movie that is, well, it's something about the movie. If you haven't seen it yet and you don't want it spoiled in the least, stop watching. But I'm only going to be spoiling it in the least. You ready? Captain Marvel is a complete and total continuity failure for one reason, and one reason only. At no point do they mention Asgard or the Asgardians. And that is a huge failure of continuity. Doesn't really spoil the movie for you. I don't think most people expected them to mention the Asgardians going in. But if you've been watching the films as they progressed, and you don't have to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. either for this, it is well established in Thor and Thor 2, and lesser established in the two first Avengers movies. The first one, The Avengers, and the second one, Age of Ultron, that the Asgardians protect the 9 realms, or 12 realms, 9 realms, whatever it is. That the Asgardians are not gods, but are space aliens. The Asgardians are well known throughout the multiple galaxies that these events happen across. And Earth is one of the worlds that is under their protection. For all of this stuff that's been going on, that happens in Captain Marvel, to escape Odin's notice, because this is set in 1995 for the most part. Odin is well in ruling Asgard and whatnot in 1995. We've no reason to assume he isn't. And for all of the events that happen in Captain Marvel to escape Odin's notice, that's a huge continuity violation. There should have been an Asgardian response. I'm going to have to stop there, or I'll really give some serious spoilers away. But the fact that there wasn't an Asgardian response with everything that happened on a world that is protected by Asgard, and that that Asgard is not mentioned even once, even though we know from the Thor movies that Asgard has been a force that has almost conquered the known universe back. So this isn't a spoiler for this is a spoiler for Ragnarok. When Hela and Thor and Odin were riding together across the known universe as father and daughter, conquering world after world after world, yeah, they would have been a known presence. And the fact that they're not mentioned is, again, a complete and utter continuity failure. I am very disappointed in the writers and directors. Well, not so much the directors. My understanding of movies is that the producers and the writers are more interested in continuity than the director. The director is looking to tell one story, one particular story. You see this especially in TV. A director isn't necessarily worried about the continuity of the TV show, the entire series, as much as trying to tell a great story that week in their one episode. And you see that. So it's not the director to be mad at. It's the executive producers. It's the people in charge of continuity, the editorial staff. I don't know how they run it exactly over at MCU. They usually do a great job. This can be fixed by mentioning the events. It really wouldn't take a lot to fix it either. It would only take a couple of lines here and there. But it does need to be fixed. Why wasn't Asgard involved? Why didn't they take notice of this? Odin left the Tesseract there. Why didn't? We know that from Captain America and the Avengers. Not the Avengers. It's a 1990s Genesis game. Captain America and the Avengers. No, we know that from Captain America, the first Avenger, the first Captain America movie. And it was confirmed in the Avengers, the first Avengers movie. Anyway, continuity failure. As far as the movie itself goes, it was all right. Wasn't great. She had the main character there had an okay character arc. Wasn't anything to write home about. I don't know. I didn't really get into the characters as much as I normally do. It didn't help that they picked the most boring Captain Marvel in the history of comic books. Ironically, the first female Captain Marvel is featured in this film. Her name is Monica Rambeau, if you're looking for her. So if you haven't seen the film, just know that she is a character who plays a bit part. She is not the main character by any stretch of the imagination, which is too bad because she was a great Captain Marvel. Her run in the Avengers, she's always saving the day in the Avengers, and she was a major part of the team, and that's where a lot of her character development came from. And she's far more powerful than Carol Danvers was supposed to be. Anyway, but power levels fluctuate depending on who the writer is and who your editorial staff is, because comics does not do a great job of... Well, there's runs where they do a great job of keeping the continuity of power levels right, but there's runs where nobody's paying attention and they just kind of do whatever they want. Or whatever they can get approval for, and they don't really think about the ramifications, which is too bad. Again, okay movie. It's not going to make the top 10 list of Marvel movies. It's not going to make your top 10 list of movies you see this year. Not like Shazam. I saw Shazam. That was amazing. Highly recommend going to see Shazam. They did a great job. Great character arc. Couple of great character arcs. Yeah. The best part for Brie Larson, for the actress who's playing Captain Marvel, the best part I thought was when she's interacting with Samuel L. Jackson, because the two of them have chemistry, and not romantic chemistry, but like they're teasing each other the whole time, and it's funny and it works, and it's great. That little bit right there throughout the movie here and there when they're talking to each other, that was good. But I don't know. I'll have to let it sink in before I give any recommendations on how to spice up the plot. Little things you can do to spice up the plot to really make it a decent film. Because right now it's... One of my friends said it was like a 6.5 out of 10. And take away the special effects, take away the great fight scenes, and you're probably closer to a 4, 4.5, maybe a 5. It's just... Well, it was better than Thor 2. It had a better ending than Iron Man 2. So put that where you want to. But the story itself was it was very obvious. But there's comic book movies. Most of them are obvious. It was predictable. The whole way through it was predictable. You're not on the edge of your seat for most of this movie. You're not worried about what's going to be happening. The tension just isn't there. I don't know. It's doing pretty well in the theaters, especially overseas. So, best of luck to them. I don't wish them any ill will or anything like that. But, yeah. I really hope Shazam does great this weekend. That was an awesome movie. Talk to y'all later.